to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou Podcast. Today's episode is a little different. It's raw, it's personal, and it's something that I feel so necessary to share because I know I'm not the only one who has ever struggled with old stories, fear, anxiety, or the feeling of not being in control. Recently, I went through an emotional intelligent leadership course, and let me just say, it cracked me wide open. Like, literally, it made me feel alive again. It reminded me of who I was hiding, who I really am. And this course was literally sent to me by an angel. And at first, it's so funny. I had so much resistance. I was making so much narratives like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. The schedule is crazy. It's so much money. Making all these excuses to not make it happen. And I was like, what is my daughter gonna be able to do? What is my husband gonna do? And for once, I could not control the situation and I had to be fully present. And the hours of the course is so intense. It's like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 2 days. And then the third day is like 9 a.m. to 5. But mind you, it's like they create a very, very safe environment, but it's very strict. So it gives me a lot of anxiety to feel this way and not being in control and having to let go and just do it. To spend that money, first of all, right? We make a lot of narratives of that. And then seeing the schedule and the timing of everything, I was like, no, 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 I cannot do this. I cannot do this. But once I did it, I was like, wow, the person who told me about it, my angel, I was just so forever grateful because this was something I needed, but I didn't know I needed, right? And so we have a lot of those moments. We have a lot of those things that it's something that you need. And it really taught me a lot. Like I thought I was going to learn how to be a better leader, a better communicator, maybe pick up a few tools. But what really happened is that it showed me the narratives I had been carrying for years. Narratives that shape my identity, my relationships, my motherhood, even how I show up for myself. And I realized so much of me was missing. I lost my identity of who Kathy Mou is, the carefree, fun person that I used to be. Now I'm so serious. Now everything's so hard, difficult. But when I was in my 20s or later teens, like 18, 19, 20, up to 25, I was just so brave. I was fearless, literally fearless. Like not to be egotistical, but I literally thought I was the best. I was like, dude, I'm so smart. I can do anything. I can get and do any job that I want. Like anybody who wants to date me, like I knew I looked good. I knew that I'm a great partner. Like anybody who wanted to be with me is lucky to have me. Like I had that mentality. And my work, I knew that anybody who hired me is gonna get such a great worker. Like, dude, you would not even believe that. And I just felt like I lost that throughout the years. So now I'm 36. I lost like most of that 10 years because I became a wife and then a mom. And then I just felt like I lost myself. And if you're listening now, most of us here, the listeners, are moms and a worker and just a wife, and you forgot who you are. And so if this is resonating with you right now, do comment below, DM me, tell me your experience. I want to know who else is stuck like this or how many people feel this way. And I want to help you. I want to really get you into living again and not just living like a zombie. Like, I have to live like this or everything has to be this way. I'm here to tell you it does not have to be this way. And shifting your mindset from positivity, from fresh air, from catching a breath of real fresh air of who you are, being authentically you, being the happy, joyful version of you being fully present is the best gift that you can ever give yourself because it's truly living. And for once in my life, or not for once in my life, but right now in my life, in a long time, I feel like this is truly what the bliss off life is about. Like, it's about living in my truth. And for a while, I felt disconnected and I felt like I couldn't really tap into my feelings. There was a disconnection, but now I really feel it. And so, in that awareness, I realized something powerful. When we see the story we're living in, we finally get the chance to change it. And you get to see yourself from the narratives or from the reality of what you've been telling yourself. And when you finally see that, you're like, whoa, why am I choosing this? Why am I choosing literally this lifestyle when I don't have to? So today I want to take you through my experience, the fear, the anxiety, the breakthroughs, and hopefully invite you to reflect on your own life in the process. I already shared some of the examples of what I got out of the course, but we're going to obviously tap in deeper. Because honestly, whatever I share, I always believe that it is meant for someone else to share. My experiences, what I try to learn, what I try to teach, I truly believe is going to help inspire and reach the people that is meant to hear this message. So it's not just about me. It's not about my own discovery, but it's about me leading, me being a leader to help lead you into living, being more authentically you and just being happier, joyful, so you can live literally the BS life, the bliss soft life. And this is about all of us waking up to who we really are beneath the stories we've been told and the stories we've been telling ourselves. So let's break free from that. Let's break free from those stories that no longer serve us. Because again, we can always rewrite a story, and that story does not have to stay and stick. So let's start from the very beginning of this course. I didn't know what I was signing up for. It's kind of secretive, hush hush, and there's a reason behind the madness. It's because it's really there for confidentiality and to have real breakthroughs. And when you don't know what's really happening, you get thrown into the fire, and even though you don't know and you just take a leap of faith, that's where change will happen because you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're just rewiring your nervous system to do something different. And so this is what happened. I was walking in like, oh my God, what did I do? I'm disrupting my whole life to take work off randomly. I have to figure out schedules for my daughter, new schedules, like what is my husband going to do? Just having every narrative possible of what other people would feel and not even taking into consideration what it would do for me, what it would make me feel or, you know, transform me. I was just so focused on perceiving the other people around me because as an empath, as a giver, and most of you are here listening, are that way. This was a chance for me to declare, like, no, I matter and I am important enough to do what I want. And the people around me who say they love me and support me need to show up and do that. And I'm allowing them to. Even though, dude, I had so much anxiety, I had so much fear. My body was literally like shutting down. I was feeling like I was hyperventilating. And I was like, what am I doing? And I was freaking out. But with that, it just showed already like how much my nervous system needed this. It showed me how much of me being stuck in my comfort zone and me not truly living was holding me back. My story, what I was telling myself. And yeah, I knew I was always a leader, but this helped me put into perspective of what really a leader is. And yeah, I've been through a lot. I've healed and I've always been very confident, but this brought me to another level of confidence, another level of my true power. And immediately through the course, it was so strict, and the exercises that we did helped peel back a lot of layers I didn't even know were there. And you think you know yourself a lot by doing a lot of self work, but obviously, self discovery is always a forever journey. And so, with the exercises and what we did in this environment course, I realized I've been holding on to narratives like I need to control everything to feel safe. If I let go, something bad will happen. I have to be strong all the time or I'll disappoint people. And does any of these sound familiar to you if you're listening right now? And I'm sure most of us have those narratives. And when I became aware of these beliefs, it felt like a punch to the chest because deep down I thought I had already healed them. But emotional intelligence is about awareness, awareness of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, and how they impact not only you, but everyone around you. And let me tell you, awareness can be uncomfortable. And there was a moment in this course that I will never forget. I had to sit with the fact that I wasn't in control. And when I did, my anxiety skyrocketed. My chest got tight, my breath got shallow, my whole body was screaming, "No, get out of here. You're not safe." I felt fear take over. Fear of failing, fear of being seen as weak, fear of letting go of the very control that I thought was keeping me safe. And maybe you've been there too, that moment where your mind says, "I'm fine," but your body says, "I'm not safe." And here's the truth, our bodies hold the stories we've carried, the fear, the trauma, the need for control. And when we finally bring them into awareness, they come to the surface so we can release them. And that's what we did. We got to release them in this course. It was amazing. It wasn't easy. In fact, I'll be honest, it was terrifying. But on the other side of that fear was a breath of freedom because once I saw the narrative clearly, I knew I had the power to rewrite it. And it was just such a breath of fresh air to be able to hold space for myself that I have not given myself a lot of me time. And for 3 days, I just focused on myself. And of course, I did a little bit of like helping around the house and with my daughter, but I wasn't the main person being the caretaker. My husband took on that role, and it felt good to like not have that pressure of me having to do it all. It felt good that I could just focus on me and I was being supported and loved by my family and by the people that I was in this course with. And it was literally one of the biggest, most beautiful, profound feelings and emotions that I dealt with or felt in a long time. And man, I released so much. I cried literally those 3 days, all day, every day. I guess I had so much emotions and trauma trapped up in me that it was so stored and locked up. I needed to come out. It needed to come out, and I gave myself that time and space to do it, and it felt good to release. Like, yes, it was exhausting to cry all day, but at the same time, it was so freeing. It felt like it was less tense. I was more free. It just was so amazing to feel that. And the biggest shift for me was realizing that these narratives were never me. They were just stories I picked up along the way, from childhood, from society, from experiences that shaped me. But awareness gave me the choice. I can keep carrying them, or I can release them and step into a new way of being. That's when I realized emotional intelligence isn't about perfection, it's about presence, about being aware of your thoughts and emotions without letting them run your life. And when you start to practice that, you start to breathe again. You start to feel lighter. You start to see yourself clearly, your authentic self, not the version shaped by old fear. And when I realized that fear was holding me back from so many things, and I've been doing a lot of self-discovery, guys. I've been doing so much. So I know that I've been fearful of certain things, and I know that it's been holding me back, but I couldn't get past the why. And I'm not even done with the course. It's we've only done the first part. There's 3 parts to this. And so I'll probably give you guys another update when I get through the next level. And this level 1 was already intense. It was vision. The next level is breakthrough, which I'm so excited, and the third is practice. So if any of you guys are interested in what I'm talking about as well, DM me or comment below so I can send you the link so you can be part of this. Maybe I'll be your angel for recommending this to y'all. And man, this is truly a gift. Like, yes, I've spent so many, I've spent so much money on courses throughout the 5 years of me opening this coaching business. Like, I'm always investing in myself or trying to be better, but this was actually an experience. It wasn't just like teaching. Yeah, they lectured, but it wasn't just lecturing. It was like a true experience to unlock and feel and be something instead of like the courses that I bought or that I was introduced to was like just feeding me lots of information and then you putting it into practice. And it's like information that the coach who created that course worked for, but it didn't necessarily truly align to what I was believing in. And so now taking this course has made me realize like I'm not going to just be these regular coaches that are just selling their coaching programs. Like I want to give people a real experience, like a life-changing experience of what true empowerment is. And I don't know how that's going to look like yet, but see, just doing the work and giving yourself time gives you so much clarity and so much awareness. And it just feels good to finally break free from the chains of your crazy old patterns that you have and beliefs and just truly break free from them. So, I want to ask you a few questions. And if you're listening somewhere safe, maybe even pause and journal after. 1, what narrative have you been carrying that no longer feels like you? 2, where in your life are you holding on too tightly out of fear of losing control? 3, what would it feel like to release that narrative and step into your truth? Now take a deep breath with me right now. Hold and breathe out. And imagine what it would feel like to let go of the weight you've been carrying. Just like this breath of fresh air that you got. What would it feel like to be like that all the time instead of just for this one moment? Isn't that crazy? You can be like that. You can literally be set free. And it's through your mindset. But yeah, everybody just preaches to you. Everybody just keeps telling you. But you need to experience this for yourself in order to make a huge change, right? Things only will change when you can really feel or understand the feeling that you've been missing or that you lost. And so finally getting that opportunity and chance to through this course has truly been eye-opening, that there is so much more to come from me. Like, sky's the limit. I've been limiting myself for sure. And a lot of us do this. We get trapped into our own ecosystem of what we think is right or what we think we know what is right. But really, we don't know. We don't really know what the answer is until you can sit down and break free from truly what your reality is. By getting outside of your comfort zone, by learning something new, by doing something new. For example, right? So I can probably compare this to, I know this might sound kind of crazy or intense, but just like someone skydiving, why would someone do that, right? Like they want to just do something new, leap out of the plane and fly so they can be carefree. so that they can conquer a fear and know that they're going to be okay. Take that leap of faith. And this is what that course did for me. I didn't have to do the skydiving, but I did it through this. I know it's kind of extreme, but it's the mental. It's the mental state that we literally trap ourselves through. It's just so powerful. And here's what I've learned. You don't have to do this alone. When you heal, it's so much faster when you heal with other people. You can do it alone, honestly. Yeah, you can do it fast or you can excel. Awareness is powerful, but healing happens in safe spaces. That's why I've created my one-on-one empowerment coaching and numerology guidance card readings. And in my coaching, I help you uncover the very narratives that might be holding you back. And together we work on releasing them, rewriting your story, and stepping into the empowered version of you that's always been there. And through numerology card readings, I help you gain clarity, guidance, and direction when you feel stuck or unsure. It's a safe, supportive space for your growth, healing, and empowerment. And today I got one of the best testimonials I've had in a while through a client. So I had a client who texted me and was having an issue, and I was about to give her advice, but since I just went through this level 1 of the course and I understood how to lead better, at first I had my own beliefs and tendency to give her advice. And then I was like, wait, I need to step back. This is not about me or my beliefs. What is it about her and her beliefs and whatever she's thinking about it? And literally, just by texting, not even being on a call, we were able to give her a breakthrough that she needed. And she felt empowered. And the most beautiful part is, she's like, how much do I owe you for this session? And I was like, nope. It's just a gift because as a leader, I'm giving and I truly love you and I believe in helping others. And the only thing I would love is to receive a testimonial or just word of mouth of my work. Truly, honestly, I just want to help and lead and guide others. And she's like, oh, yeah, of course. But not only that, but the most powerful thing was that she was able to discover herself how empowered she was and that she could come up with the decision. And that I gave her the tool to get that clarity. And it's beautiful that I can help lead her into that. And not only that is she's also been doing therapy for a while, like maybe 8 years or so, 7, 8 years. And I just was just asking him, picking her brain, like, what's the difference between my session versus a therapy session? Like I truly haven't had a client who's done both and got this type of feedback. And so she's like, yeah, therapy, I just talk about my feelings and then we kind of discuss a little bit of something else. And then with coaching, though, like you truly empowered me to stop thinking about all the narratives or beliefs of what other people are talking about or what I was thinking was right or wrong, but to truly tap into what she truly wanted without all the narratives, without all the loud noise that our head makes, our ego makes. And with that, she just felt more energized. She felt empowered. And that's the power of coaching. And she was the example for me to finally realize the difference between therapy and coaching. And yeah, she helped me confirm also that I'm meant to be a coach. And I already knew that, right? But as a entrepreneur who's been on the entrepreneur journey, right, you get a lot of narratives. You get a lot of feedback and backlash on how hard we are with what we do. And so I was being hard and doing that to myself, which is so obviously disastrous for myself. But it was a great wait for me to get some clarity as well. And I told her, I was like, I know it's not about me. This session was about you, but thank you so much for giving me clarity by giving me the opportunity to help you lead you into the answers that you wanted and needed, which was within you all along. So already after taking just level 1, I already see myself showing up differently. I already see my energy changing. I already see my mindset changing. So when I shifted my mindset, I'm attracting all of this amazing good energy to me of what I know I deserve and that I can feel and receive, which is so good. It's such a great feeling, and I want this all for you guys. So, if this episode resonated, I'd love to connect with you more deeply. You can find the links in the show notes to book a session with me. I would be honored to walk beside you on your journey. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for holding space for my story and for reflecting on your own. Remember, you are not your narratives. You are not your fear. You are not your anxiety. You are the awareness behind it all, and that awareness is your power. If this episode inspired you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of empowerment here on Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou Podcast. Until next time, take a breath, release what no longer serves you, and step boldly into your power. And don't forget to go and ignite your power and live the bliss soft life.